How's it going, everybody? With the newest Helluva boss episode being mostly focused on Stryker attempting to unalive Stolas, I wanted to do something similar to what I did after Moxie's dad episode aired, i.e. making a video talking about how strong I think Stryker could be as opposed to Millie this time. Don't worry, I'll do Moxie eventually, don't worry. Welcome to my How Strong Is series, where I take a character from a cartoon I enjoy in an attempt to calculate just how strong they really are. Although Stryker has only appeared in 2 episodes so far, he's played incredibly important roles in both of them. A hired assassin from the Wrath Ring by Stella to kill Stolas. This guy has quite the arsenal up his sleeve. Not only is he a very skilled hand-to-hand combatant, but he's also got access to very dangerous tools capable of killing high-end demons, specifically ones that seem to be blessed with angelic power from heaven. There was the Blessed Tip Rifle in the Harvest Moon Festival episode that eventually became Moxie's possession, followed by Blessed Tip Lasso Rope in the most recent episode, which completely negated Stolas' demonic powers. He could still move his legs and stuff, but couldn't turn Stryker into stone or undo the ropes themselves. Pretty sure his 2 pistols may have been blessing tipped as well because of the glowing white streaks on the side of them, which were also on the sniper rifle, but it was never flat out stated if they were the same as the rope and the sniper rifle. Plus, Stolas mentioned Stryker not being able to afford a holy bullet since he decided not to kill him on the spot before, so there's that also. I don't think Stryker would ever be able to match Stolas without these weapons, to be honest. Realistically, I probably underrated Stolas a bit when I scaled him months back, but it's whatever. Just from his initial introduction, the cast of characters could tell this guy was no ordinary imp, easily taking down one of those demonic hogs for the sole purpose of making Moxie look worse and himself better. His physical strengths were highlighted further in this episode, where he proceeded to tie for first place at the Pain Games, the other first place winner being Blitz. Now, this is where things get weird because although they did tie in a contest that highlights physical strengths, they were presumably never under the intent to kill one another during these games like they were in the climax of the episode, meaning I do believe when push comes to shove, Stryker does have the physical advantage over Blitz, even if the margin isn't very large. He was holding his own in a 1 versus 2 against Blitz and Moxie, with Moxie using Stryker's blessing rifle against him. The fact that Moxie, a very skilled shot, wasn't able to hit him in such a close space is quite telling of Stryker's ability to handle himself in dangerous scenarios. Durability-wise, he's definitely better than the average imp. Episode 1 Millie was over here getting knocked out cold by a beer bottle, while Stryker tanked multiple stab wounds from Millie, then proceeded to knock out her and Moxie, trap them in a basement, and walk away like nothing happened to him. Pretty sure that guy never got any medical attention off screen either, so he actually went into the confrontation with Blitz and Moxie with those stab wounds still active. Prior to this newest episode, we had nothing to go off of in terms of speed, to be honest. Only thing I can really use now even is when he was dodging or blocking any of those bullets that Moxie shot at him in their rematch. His attacking power / lifting strength improved tremendously to what I initially thought it was though, because during the rematch fight, this guy was quite literally ripping off pieces of giant rock from the ground in the ceiling of the cave with just a lasso, then slamming them into his opponents with enough force to have one of the stones break on the ground or break on top of one of them. And I think there was actually another one that landed in between the 2 M&Ms that had enough force to just blow them back. For any math heads out there, the rough amount of energy required to shatter a cubic meter of limestone is 7,740,400 joules of energy. If you want all the math behind it, because I'm honestly not smart enough to properly explain it, here's this Reddit post by the user Vithar explaining how limestone can break. Yeah, feel free to screenshot that, of course, if you care. For the majority of this fight, it felt like Stryker had the upper hand, taking way less damage than either of the M&Ms did. And that's the thing. He was fighting both of them at the same time, and they're 2 very capable demons in their own right who have incredible fighting synergy on top of that because of how close they are as a couple. So I find it a tad strange that he ran away at the end when he went virtually untouched for most of the fight. Maybe he just didn't see a point in it anymore since Stolas needed to stay alive under the new conditions anyway. Seems to me he just wanted to rough up Stolas at the end some more to fuel his own ego, even though he could have just grabbed him and left right after the phone call from Stella ended. So in the end, how strong is Stryker actually? Well, until we see more of what the real Fizzarali can do, he's definitely the strongest imp we've seen in Helluva boss as of right now, but not quite on the same level as Stolas. I don't want to give Stryker the edge over Stolas due to him using a total hard counter demon equipment against him. It just doesn't really seem fair since it's equipment. Maybe it would be different if Stryker had some kind of blood demon art that could beat Stolas, but he's an imp, so I doubt it. When Millie was scaled a couple months back, she was around large building level, I believe, so since Stryker was holding his own against her and Moxie, Moxie, two versions of them that already dealt with Crimson and his goons, I think I'll go one tier above that and give Striker a city block power level. That seems like a fair placing in my opinion, given what we saw in this last episode. Let me know in the comments below if I might have missed out on anything that could place Striker higher or lower than this, as well as what you thought about this episode overall. I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews about how the flow of it went, and I can totally see why people feel that way. The tone shifts from the M&Ms being in a serious situation with Striker, then cutting to Blitz vet shenanigans with Luna can come off as odd. It sort of gave me vibes of a dialed down version of how the anime Fire Force would handle certain fights. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that. Don't be a stranger to hitting that like button down below if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, take care, bye-bye.